Hey everybody, BeardBrigade here with another episode. I kind of wanted to do something a little different, just to throw an episode out there. So as my wife walked past me, I said, "Hey, babe, pick me a game." And she saw that it was a Star Wars game, and she picked it out. Going to just be doing a video playing through Star Wars Empire at War. It's an old, well, I don't want to say old. Well, I guess it's fair to say this is an older game. Can't remember exactly what year it came out, but it is a real-time strategy game set in the Star Wars universe. I'm a big fan of real-time strategy games, and I enjoy playing them. So we are going to just kind of, let's do, just because we're doing a quick playthrough here, we are going to go ahead and just do a skirmish. I mean, it's skirmish, right? Yeah, we're just doing a skirmish here. Well, I am a huge fan of the Empire, so I'm going to go ahead and play as the Empire, and we will just have the opponent be the Rebellion. And let's see. You know what? We will go with. Battle of Hoth is one of my favorite. No. Yeah, we'll go with Battle of Hoth, just because it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorites. And we're just going to kind of max everything out here. Destroy enemies, space station, yep. No, destroy enemy entirely. I don't mind hunting around the map trying to find these guys. So, yeah, Battle of Hoth, I think, is probably, at least from being when I was a kid, first time I saw the Battle of Hoth, I just loved seeing that Battle of Hoth. I mean, I didn't care, that it was, hokey, CGI cinematic stuff, but it wasn't even CGI at the point. It was just, props and models on a table. But I really, really enjoyed watching that. The speeders going around and doing the cable tie to bring the AT-AT down. I liked it all. It was fun. It was great, and something about the frozen environment too, I really enjoyed. Now, I'm not doing the land battle, as you guys can see. I'm going to be doing a space battle, just because, you gotta start somewhere. And what better place than to have a giant space battle above Hoth, a frozen planet? I don't know. So here we go. We're going to jump right in. And space... Oh, that loaded fast. Space battle above Hoth. So...
TIE squadron here.
I need to go ahead and capture this stuff.
Asteroids ahead. Evasive maneuvers. TIEs reporting in.
Guard.
Guarding here.
Station ready.
Vehicle in production. Constructing unit. Upgrade in progress.
Get that stuff going.
TIE squadron here.
Constructing.
Course set. TIE squadron here.
Let's see. Missile defense.
Upgrade complete.
Laser defense here.
The nebula is blocking our scanners.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route.
Orbital
Construction
command available.
complete. Upgrade in
TIE
progress.
squadron here.
Construction complete.
Asteroids ahead. Evasive maneuvers.
Upgrade complete.
Orders,
So,
sir.
Let's
TIEs
escort
escorting
back.
target.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements en route.
Ready for command, sir. Guarding here.
Upgrade in progress.
TIE squadron standing by. The nebula is blocking our scanners.
Pirate interceptor, pirate fighter. So I just realized I've totally been kind of quiet this whole time.
The nebula is
Just trying to get myself kind of set up here.
At your command.
Let's see.
Roger
Enemy
that.
space station has been
Beginning
upgraded.
construction. Constructing.
Awaiting orders.
Constructing.
Copy. Instructions.
Enemy
received.
forces ahead.
What's that?
Upgrade
I got
complete.
For the Empire.
Isn't there yeah, battle cam? Just because I think that's awesome. No, I've just been a big Star Wars fan most of my life.
Upgrade complete.
Ever since I saw the movies originally as a kid, I've just
Construction
really
complete.
kind of just enjoyed them ever since.
Building under construction.
Reporting. I've got them in my sight.
Construction complete.
So I've always just kind of
Escorting target.
Upgrade in
Yes,
progress.
sir.
just really I don't know, kind of hard to explain personally, but I've always just really
Building under construction.
enjoyed them,
Starting
and
here.
something I definitely want to enjoy with my kids as they grow up.
Escorting target. Yes,
Um,
Commander.
So hopefully that's something I can do as they grow up. Let's see. Gotta get some heavier units in here.
Construction complete. Unit in production.
Tartan cruiser reporting.
Choose your reinforcements.
Location confirmed. Tartan cruiser reporting.
I just realized I am singing the tune and I'm recording at the same time because I'm smooth like that. That probably just shows how much of a nerd I am when it comes to Star Wars. Like I said, guys, I've really
Constructing.
just enjoyed Star Wars ever since I was a kid.
Upgrade complete.
So yeah, I was just hoping I
Protecting target.
Ready.
continue to enjoy it. I mean, if you can enjoy something like this, I mean, why shouldn't you? I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a nerd,
Decoding transmission.
especially about something like Star Wars. I mean, it's just
Vehicle in production.
it's good, it's fun, it's
Construction complete.
just stays true to what it's been over the years. Yeah, I know there's people out there who hate the
Tartan cruiser
newer
reporting.
movies and but
Advancing. Awaiting command.
aside from Jar Jar Binks, which I can wholeheartedly say
Awaiting
that
your
Jar Jar
command.
Binks is
Confirmed.
definitely not a character that I enjoyed.
Ready for action.
But aside from him, there's nothing wrong with the prequels. There's nothing wrong with the newer movies, and especially when you look at the expanded universe stuff, which kind of technically doesn't take place, but a lot of the concepts that they've been a lot of people I think have overlooked that they've been bringing up in the newer movies.
Reporting in.
Which if you haven't seen the newer Star Wars movies, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to spoil some stuff for you right now.
Station ready.
Upgrade in progress.
But like the most recent one, The Last Jedi,
Cannons armed.
Kylo Ren, aka Ben Skywalker,
Forward.
and what's her face, they
Full
they
speed.
face off, and then they end up like teaming up, and kicking some butt. But in the process, he ends up mentioning to her after the fight that they should do something, not Jedi, not Sith. They need to do something different, something that is just them. That's just the Force.
Orbital
Now,
command available.
Constructing unit.
if you've looked into the expanded universe stuff at all,
Cruiser here.
Enemy
or even
space
just looked
station
at the
has been upgraded.
Old Republic
Enemy in
series,
range.
and one of the things that gets expanded on a lot in the Old Republic MMORPG is the fact that the Force isn't the Force is a lot more complicated than we make it out to be. We have the light and the dark side, and we as people in modern society have just chalked the light side and dark side up to good and evil. But it's a lot more complicated than that. It's not just simply good and evil. Light side just doesn't tap into emotion. It's about neutrality. while the dark side is about channeling your
Roger that.
emotions.
Right away.
Where the real difference comes in is that the dark side becomes more potent
Moving out.
when you use things like your anger and your hatred,
Receiving message.
and it feeds off of that. Now, is there necessarily anything wrong with that? Well, I guess technically there could be, but
Constructing
at the same time,
upgrade in progress.
you know, or you know, I don't know. Trying to find words and explain something in it is kind of hard for some reason. But basically, I mean, there's more depth to it than just, you know, the Sith being, you know, wielders of the dark side and being the bad guys, than just chalking it up to a simple good versus evil. There's just a lot more to it, and it doesn't get really all that addressed.
Stay in formation.
Upgrade complete.
Get behind them.
Upgrade in progress.
Now. I got one.
I'm on them.
Ready for command, sir. Dye is escorting target. Guarding here.
Was that mine?
Right ahead.
Ah, it is mine.
Navigating. What are your orders?
We're on the move.
Upgrade complete.
Awaiting orders. Copy. Heading out. Decoding transmission.
Ooh, I'm almost come up on
Upgrade in progress.
the cap here. I have some bigger guys
Constructing.
popping up relatively soon.
Constructing.
I copy. Fallout. Reporting. Let's move out. Let's go.
No, we're gonna go check that out.
Ready for action.
Yeah, it's just the 2800 and 4K for that. Alright. But I mean, just, you know, the light side and the dark side are just two.
Upgrade
I guess
complete.
easiest way to put it is really that, you know, we have this. I would put it as a misconception
Keep
of
going.
how the whole thing is interpreted. Whether
Yes,
the way I
sir.
interpret it is the correct way or not, I don't know. It's just kind of the way that I've always looked at it.
This way.
And I've never looked at it as good versus
Station
evil.
ready.
I've looked at it as how one
Upgrade in
uses the
progress.
Force. And how it kind of, your Force power aligns. I mean, if you're going to use your emotions to tap into the Force, yeah, I feel like maybe you might be using a little bit darker side, but one of the things that, God, what was his name? Darth Revan uses. There was actually a fan film that I thought was very wonderful.
We're on the
Don't
move.
remember what it was, but basically,
Maneuvering.
it was Darth Revan after
Tossing
the
cruiser
fact,
reporting.
and so there's some,
This nebula,
Your
Commander.
command, sir.
there was some mercenary or Mandalorians that ended up picking up, I guess was supposed to be one of the
Available.
like companion characters from the old Republic games.
Available.
So he goes to you know, rescue her basically after she's captured
Reporting in.
and about to be like taken away.
Awaiting your command.
So he ends up Revan shows up and ends up, you know, fighting up, you know, with these folks, and he ends up fighting a Jedi and a pair of Jedi, and he ends up like explaining to her that, you know, you claim to tell me how to use the Force, and he explains to her and actually forces her to end up using Force lightning by tapping into her anger, and attempts to save her
At your
companion.
command.
And he does that to prove a point to her that
Upgrade in progress.
yes, she just used the dark side, but she used it in defense. So she didn't turn from the beliefs and values of a Jedi, which is, you know, peace and to protect others. She didn't move away from it in any way, shape, or form. What happened was she simply
Awaiting
used
your
a
command.
different power, but she used it for the right reason. So it
Over
came
there.
down to I guess the easiest way to explain it would be how it was interpreted.
Our space station is
She
under attack.
was taught to interpret it as using something like the dark side energy to channel force lightning as a bad thing. It was an evil thing to do. When it turns out that if you're using it for the right purposes, that it's not so much the thing that is evil, it's the purpose that the thing is used for, and that the force is all just one big thing,
Cannons armed.
and it's
Location confirmed.
just how it turns out to be
Building under
used,
construction.
which made more sense to me than, and I thought was just a wonderful
Receiving message.
explanation of it. That it's not the action that necessarily makes something look good or evil. It is what the purpose of the action is, which kind of leads me to this concept that I've always kind of played with when doing some certain types of writing, to really work on that what we kind of call like moral
Our
ambiguity.
space station is under attack.
Is it the
Yes, Commander.
person that makes an action evil, or is it the action itself that's evil? So to kind of, may not necessarily take a dark turn, but a real solid like concept or example, which is this can be kind of an extreme example, but
Weapons ready, sir.
you have someone who commits murder, for example. For the most part, and according to the law, that is a huge crime in modern society. It doesn't matter what country you're in.
Confirmed.
That is a major crime. Now,
Decoding
when you pose it in the sense of
Vehicle in production. Upgrade in progress.
I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. When you pose it
Vehicle
as
in production.
someone randomly murders someone on the street, I'm pretty sure most people would agree that was probably an evil act. Like just walking down the street and bang, boom, done.
Construction complete.
I'm sure most of us would agree that that is just a straight up evil action to do. Now, let's say
Complete.
a grieving father.
Roger that.
He's upset and
Awaiting orders.
perhaps
Bomber squadron reporting.
his child was taken away from him, whether it would be through the actions of a murderer or a drunk driver,
Standing by.
for example.
I copy.
Someone who was inebriated and through that inebriation, either through a car accident or whatever it may have been, caused the untimely death of the father's child.
Upgrade in progress.
That's where you kind of the line, at least in my opinion, blurs. Is it still considered an evil action for that father to go out and seek justice?
Form up.
In that aspect of going out and an eye for an eye kind of justice. So this person has taken his child away from him. Is it wrong for that father to then turn around and take that person and commit essentially murder against that person? I mean, is it wrong? Is it considered murder? Is it considered an evil action to do that?
Yes, Commander.
Awaiting
I mean, by
orders.
law standards, I'm sure a lot of us would probably say yeah. I mean, that he would stand trial and he would be convicted of murder because that's what he did, right? But
Station ready.
when you think about it, is it really an evil act?
Space station.
And that's something that I've always battled with because I couldn't really say one way or the other. I mean, and now especially being a father, I mean, yeah, if anyone hurt my children, I would. I mean, I'm sure my wife's fury would probably be unbound, but I mean, I would be right there with her. I mean, there's just nothing And I'm sure every parent would agree with that. If something were to happen to your child, you would be, on the front lines doing whatever you could to get that revenge or get that justice. But it really comes down to interpretation. I mean, is it really revenge to go out and do that, or is it justice, or is it neither? Is it simply a given? And that's where that moral ambiguity there comes in, because it's kind of just that it is both things, but it's not at the same time. And I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of different views on that. I mean, it could really go any way. So, I don't know. I mean, let me know what you guys think of the concept that is it the act, or is it the person committing the act that makes something evil?
Upgrade in progress.
By which, a little bit of clarification, like, if the person is committing this act, this supposed evil act out of justice or out of revenge or just out of premeditation, but if they're doing it for the right reason, such as a parent seeking justice for the loss of a loved one, or even just a loved one in general, you lose the love of your life, is it still considered an evil act for you to go out and seek justice, or is it or is it not? Or, do you think that's an acceptable thing? Is that considered evil? Is it considered fair? Or, yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of rambling here a little bit. And that's what I think Star Wars kind of touches base with that light and dark side kind of concept. Is that it's not necessarily, it's not good and evil. It really is, how one uses or how one perceives that side of the Force, and how they put it to use, really. So, I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, what you guys think of the difference between the light side and the dark side. Would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on that. And just leave me some comments below. And then again, leave me some comments about what you think when it comes down to the difference between something like, something like that in terms of morality.
Receiving message.
And trying to determine what an action is, whether it's good or evil.
Direct fire at their laser cannon.
I think it's time to charge in here and see how much of their base we can take out. So we got some Star Destroyers in reserve here. I think
At your command.
we could do some damage. What do you guys think?
Navigating to coordinates.
Try and beat down this rebel scum. What I kind of wish I had was some. Where's the shield generator? I'm gonna take out that hangar.
Ready for battle.
Alrighty, shield generator is
Direct
there.
fire on the shield generator. Reporting in. Taking fire. Target deflated.
Location array.
Ready. Sergeant Cruiser reporting. Disabling that
Battery.
awaiting command. Closing on target.
Supply dock.
Ready for duty. Fire on that shield generator.
Alright. So far so good here. Not doing too bad. We got a cruiser back here.
Ion engine is primed. Advancing on target.
Decoding transmission.
Constructing unit. Unit in production. Constructing unit.
Reporting.
Oof. Aggregator is taking a beating.
All fire on the shield generator.
Forward weapon array is gone.
Roger that.
Wow.
Form up. Direct all fire on the shield generator. Roger that. Awaiting order. Cruiser reporting.
Let's see.
Copy. Direct fire on those torpedo tubes. I copy. Fire on that shield generator.
Now, granted, I did go against an easy AI, so I probably did this a little bit cheaply, but
Cruiser reporting.
I want to just kind of do a quick video. Nothing too long, so. And
Cruiser reporting.
boom.
We are victorious.
Oh yeah. Alrighty. You know what? Since we did, yeah, we'll go ahead and cut it there. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching the video and hearing me ramble about all of this shenanigans. Now we will go ahead and, of course, I think everybody's, hopefully, maybe everybody's favorite part of the video, adding to the playlists. Now, let's see here. I'm going to add to the Nerd Eclectic playlist. What do we want to add to the Nerd Eclectic playlist? Yeah, we played Star Wars, so let us... Oh, of course. Because I haven't added any Star Wars songs yet, so I know exactly what we are going... We are going to add the Imperial March to the Nerd Eclectic playlist. That's right, I am so much of a nerd that we are going to be adding that song to the Nerd Eclectic playlist. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this little short video, this little kind of almost bonus video, I guess you could say. And I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you've enjoyed my videos and you want to know when the next one comes out, please hit that subscribe button down below. That way you can help me grow the channel, and I can also let you know the moment a video is up, because that's what that subscribe button will do. So, other than that, go ahead and leave me some comments below if you enjoyed this kind of one-off video, or if you want to see me play more of Star Wars Empires at War, or Empire at War. Please leave me some comments below. I'd be more than happy to maybe do a couple more videos, or do these videos a little more frequently of just me kind of playing through. Maybe even do, maybe not necessarily a challenge video, but maybe do some playthroughs doing some of those Galactic Conquests. Now, like I said, just leave me those comments below, and that will wrap us up for today. So thank you so much again for watching. You have a fantastic rest of your day, and you guys take care.